What's going on, chat? Trying something new today, which is using my headphones as the mic. I've never done it before. As you guys remember, I use the professional mics, the Rode mics, but just want to try something different. Just came back from the gym. Had a good day. Not much of a productive day. Today was an empty slot kind of day. Time to study up though for an exam tomorrow. But without further ado, let's finish out this book. I think we're only on to this last little bit, and then that's it. Let's get into it. New Insights on Inside Out Again by Sean Covey. When an airplane takes off, it has a flight plan. However, during the course of the flight, wind, rain, turbulence, air, traffic, human error, and other factors keep knocking the plane off course. In fact, the plane is off course much of the time. The key is that the pilots keep making small course corrections by reading their instruments. As a result, the plane ultimately reaches its destination. If you're like most, this book has inspired you to try out the 7 habits and to live your best life. As you do, you may keep getting knocked off your flight plan and feel as though you are off course much of the time. So what? Don't get discouraged. If you just keep coming back to your plan and making small adjustments, you'll eventually reach your destination. Since there's so much to remember in this book, I thought it would be helpful to share the 21 highly effective practices that we highlight in our 7 habit workshops. Private Victory, Habit 1. Number 1, pause and respond based on principles and desired results. Number 2, use proactive language. Number 3, focus on your circle of influence. Number 4, become a transition person. Habit 2. Number 5, define outcomes before you act. Number 6, create and live by a personal mission statement. Habit 3. Number 7, focus on your highest priorities. Number 8, eliminate the unimportant. Number 9, plan every week. Number 10, stay true in the moment of choice. Public victory. Number 11, build your emotional bank account with others. Habit 4. Number 12, have an abundance mentality. Number 13, balance courage and consideration. Number 14, consider other people's wins as well as your own. Number 15, create win-win agreements. Habit 5. Number 16, practice empathetic listening. Number 17, respectfully seek to be understood. Habit 6. Number 18, value differences. Number 19, seek third alternatives. Habit 7. Number 20, achieve the daily private victory. Number 21, balance production and production capability. Underlying these 21 practices are 3 foundational concepts my father felt very strongly about. First, sequence matters. The 7 habits are an inside-out approach. Take outside challenges, a difficult boss, a personal addiction, a big opportunity, and start inside with yourself. Private victories must be won before public victories can be achieved. You can't reverse the order. All change starts with you. Anytime you start thinking the problem is out there, that very thought is the problem. Second, paradigms are foundational. We spend too much time hacking the leaves of attitude and behavior and too little time striking the root at the roots. Our core paradigms, lens through which we see the world. You must work at this foundational level to create real change. We live 3 lives. We live 3 lives: public, private, and secret. Our public life is how we live and behave around others. Our private life is how we live when we're at home and around our loved ones. Our secret life represents the life inside our own head, where we can stand apart from ourselves and examine our every thoughts, motives, and foundational paradigms, and can choose to change them. It is here where we can arrange our imagination and conscience to rewrite our scripting, chart a different course for our lives, and win private victories. Third, we are not in charge. Principles are. And the more we align our paradigms and habits to principles of human effectiveness, such as responsibility, abundance, and renewal, the happier and more successful we will be over the long run. There are no shortcuts. The 7 habits are applicable to almost any situations precisely because they are based on 3 universal and timeless principles. They can be applied at home and at work. They can be applied to individuals and to organizations. They have become so universally recognized that many of the terms have been cartooned, lampooned, and even used as a name for an acne medicine. Here are just a few of the 7 habit memes I've run into. I'll skip these. These are not important. The seven habits work wonderfully when applied to people with disabilities. A friend of mine, Glenn Stuckey, who suffered a traumatic brain injury at the age of 11, has written a book about this very thing, titled "My Smile is My Superpower: Raising Above a Disability Through Living the 7 Habits." In it, he shares how the habits have helped him overcome negative perceptions from others and to find his voice. The 7 habits have been successfully implemented within prisons. After completing the 7 habits class, which was offered to every inmate in a particular U.S. penitentiary, one inmate shared the following: "I'm under federal indictment and have 95 years in prison. I graduated from high school and attended Fresno State, but they refused my Pell Grant and I got very angry. I had a negative shift in paradigm. I felt I had nothing to gain or lose now by making some serious bad choices. I had all of the excuses, but now I know it's up to me. My paradigm has shifted again to be proactive, to be highly effective in my roles as student, brother, son, professional. I realized that I have had spent 20 years in the penitentiary without realizing it's about penance. Now I'm putting myself through kindness, apologies, forgiveness. Everything I do must be genuine. Shifting blame to the government or the Bureau of Prisons is a useless pastime. I have reclaimed control of my destiny. The 7 habits teach cooperation, empathetic listening, proactivity, clear and direct objectives. It reconstructed my thought patterns. There are no little things for me that speaks volumes. It has little things that brought shameful big things. Now I put my family first. Thanks to the 7 habits, I'm not the poor, excuse-happy person I used to be." And I've seen the 7 habits applied brilliantly to riding horses. A few years ago, my own family experienced a tragedy that shocked our world. After a long battle with depression, our sweet daughter Rachel died from its effects at the age of 21. It was such a shock to my family and me and to our kids that we didn't know if we could ever be happy again. A friend of mine who had lost a young son 3 years earlier came to me and said, "You have 3 choices. You can let this ruin your family, you can let this define you, or you can let this strengthen you." His words deeply impacted me, and over the next several months and years, my wife and I painstakingly fought to make the proactive choice and let the setback straighten our family and bring us closer. As part of our healing, our family started a not-for-profit foundation in Rachel's memory called Bridle Up Hope. The Rachel Covey Foundation. Rachel loved horses, you see, and after her passing, many of her friends told us how Rachel had changed them through taking them on horseback rides in the mountains. We recognized the bond, the existence between a girl and a horse, and we wanted to carry on Rachel's tradition. The mission of Bridle Up Hope is to inspire hope, confidence, and resilience in young women through equestrian training. We serve young women who suffer from anxiety, depression, abuse, or trauma. Our unique program consists of 3 components: learning to ride and bond with horses, serving at the barn, and developing life skills through the 7 habits. Surprise! The 7 habits are integrated into every part of the program and equip young women with the paradigms and skills they need to navigate their lives. We've been amazed to see how well the 7 habits integrate into equine assisting learning. For example, horses can teach us a lot about empathy and seeking first to understand, as can many kinds of animals. Anna, a young girl who came to us when she was in a very dark place and was completely transformed by the program, shared this. As you begin the program at Bridle Up Hope, you write a mission statement to serve as a reminder of what you hope to inspire to. I had written, "Be okay with trusting people," or something. At that point in my life, I had too many people walk out on me. However, I recognized the stability that the horse offered at the barn. The horses are always there, offering unconditional love. I remember that. I remember that on a particular hard day, I came to the barn to see Rocket, one of my favorite horses. I went in for a hug, and as she drew closer, she nestled in me right in. I started to cry because she was able to sense my frustrations and connect with me as she confronted me. Horses are unique because they can't lie, and they understand how you feel without the need for words. They can sense when you need comfort, and they know exactly how to respond to your emotions. Oh, to be as empathetic as a horse. What started as a neighborhood project has grown into a global foundation. Today, our end in mind is to start 1,000 Bridle Up Hope chapters globally through partnering with existing inclusive facilities, ultimately bringing up hope to ten of thousands of young women around the world through the power of horses and habits. You can learn from looking more. Hard things happen to everyone. The principles underlying the 7 habits helped our family work through our challenges, and they can help you too. It's been more than 30 years since my father, Stephen R. Covey, wrote this book. So much has changed since then, some for the better and some for the worse. I always tell my kids that now is the greatest time to be alive. You can navigate with your phone's GPS instead of shopping at a gas station to ask for directions. You can fly to any city in the world. You can influence and reach millions around the globe instantly through books, blogs, videos, or a dozen other communication channels. On the other hand, challenges have increased. Trust in our institutions is declining. Depression and anxiety have become a global epidemic. The family unit is hurting. Much of the world lives in terror, psychological or literally. For individuals, the pace of life is light speed. We are connected 24/7. We are saturated in social media. Screens have taken over. There is too much information, too many choices. Something has to give. This is why the 7 habits are needed for more than ever. They provide a sure foundation upon which you can build a better life. They offer stability in the midst of an increasingly crazy world. The 7 habits give people their lives back. They remind us that despite our psychic baggage or past, we have the power to choose. They encourage us to envision and pursue existing purposes. They communicate that we have it within us to build quality relationships and find third alternatives that bring people together. In closing, I wish you peace and happiness. I hope this book has persuaded you to shift a few paradigms and change a few habits. Since bad habits are like comfortable beds, easy to get into but hard to get out, that is no easy task. But you can do it. The power is in with you. The power is within you. The key is to commit, really commit. As soon as you say, "I will do it," everything changes. As this quote from the Scottish writer and mountaineer W.H. Murray so eloquently states, "Until one is committed, there is hesitancy, the chance to draw back, always ineffectiveness. Concerning all acts of initiative and creation, there is one elementary truth, the ignorance of which kills countless ideas and splendid plans, that the moment one definitely commits oneself, then providence moves too. All sorts of things occur to help one that would never otherwise have occurred. A whole stream of events issues from the decision, raising in one's favor all manner of unforeseen incidents and meetings and material assistance which no man could have dreamed would have come his way. I have learned a deep respect for one of Goethe's couplets. Whatever you can do or dream you can, begin it. Boldness has genius, power, and magic in it." And that is the end of this book. I first want to, congratulate anyone or the repeat individuals who continue to watch this little series. Like I said before in the last video, this is not the end. Although I've started with this book, this will not be the end. I will go ahead and purchase another book, and we'll continue on this series. I really enjoyed that I was able to read in front of a camera, be more comfortable reading in front of a camera, but more specifically, I think one thing that I felt like I have improved on since the beginning of this little series or this little thing is being able to really showcase the improvement of how I speak and how my train of thought is communicated verbally. I used to be pretty self-conscious of, not speaking very clearly, not speaking very concisely, and not speaking in a manner of effectiveness. I used to just ramble and say things that didn't really matter, but nonetheless, I feel like I've improved in the matter of, knowing what I'm saying, and I think this has helped me out a lot with reading what I've read, but also trying to digest what I've just read and communicating that in a more concise way. I think that's helped me out a lot. But nonetheless, I'm happy. Thank you guys for being part of this journey. I will see you guys tomorrow. I will not take a small break. I will see you guys tomorrow with a new book, and we'll continue moving forward. So thank you guys, and see you tomorrow.